Today we're going to create a connection between Cardtapp and your Salesforce and Jungo instance using Zapier. There's a couple of prerequisites I would like to clarify before we get started here. You're going to want to go ahead and set up a free account on Zapier. There's no need to pay. A free account will be sufficient for what we need. So please go ahead and do that now and pause if you haven't. All right. Well, we're going to continue now, assuming that you've already created your free Zapier account and navigated to your dashboard. That's what you see here on the screen in front of you. Second thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and create a new tab and log into your Cardtapp dashboard. And go ahead and pause if you haven't done that, and I'll continue on. And the third thing is you're going to want to log into your Salesforce or Jungo instance. Please go ahead and do that now. All right, now I'm going to assume that you've finished the prerequisites of creating a Zapier account, navigating to the dashboard, logged into your Cardtapp dashboard, and logged into your Salesforce or Jungo instance. Just a note there, Salesforce and Jungo are virtually the same thing. Salesforce has built a tool for mortgage users that sits on top of the Salesforce instance. So everything I referenced today in regards to Salesforce is really referencing also Jungo. And also, by the way, when you create your connections to Salesforce or to Jungo, you're going to want to use the Salesforce. So you're going to want to follow these directions verbatim. You're not going to want to use Jungo. Zapier doesn't have knowledge of Jungo as far as I know. All right. Zapier has created this really handy tool, this AI tool that's going to get us where we need to go today. So we're going to what do we want to do? Well, we want to send Cardtapp contacts to Salesforce. And yes, type Salesforce. Last time I'm going to reference this. Type Salesforce if you're using Jungo. Hit go. They create this great little template for us that all we have to do is click try it to get started. They gave us a nice label here of transfer contacts to Salesforce. It's already configured the app event here for us, which we don't need to do, but I'll show you that it is going to fire every time a tapper that is a new user of your app. We call those tappers. So every time a new tapper is created, this event will fire. So we now need to connect to Cardtapp. And that's really simple by hitting sign in. And since I'm already signed in on the other page, it accepted that. You may have to hit an accept button if it prompts you. And you may have to also grant permissions. Just a quick yes, yes, yes kind of thing. All right, we got the connection set up. We're going to go ahead and continue and hit test trigger. And Cardtapp is going to send us a demo bogus user here for us to work with. So you can see that's been done for us. And we're going to hit continue with selected record. And we're done with step one. The next step is moving on to Salesforce. Zapier is taking us there. And we're going to hit create a new record. When a tapper is created, we're going to hit continue. We're going to choose our Salesforce account. I am going to use another account that's already done. You may have to configure that connection, but it's pretty much like the first one. Log into Salesforce if you haven't and grant the permissions that Zapier needs to connect. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to create a contact. You may want to send this to new leads or some other object that we don't know about. This is where you would define that. You can also choose to do a lot of things here. You can choose to get really fancy and do numerous different settings, but it's really dependent on what your Salesforce or Jungo instance is configured to do. So if you need any help, you may need to consult with your internal department, but generally speaking, the requirements on Salesforce and Jungo are to have an account assigned. In our case, it's have an account that we're going to assign the new contact to. You may not even have this requirement, but we're going to we do on our end. So I have to choose that step. But most Jungo and Salesforce instances really just require a last name. Like you can see here, require first name, email, and phone number. And that's all we really have to do to get this completed. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right. So last name, pretty simple. We're just going to go and find Tapper last name, which is right there. That takes care of that. Then we go ahead and assign the first name. All right. Again, depending on how complicated you want to make this, you can fill in all of this information. Now, obviously, most of this information we don't have, but we do have a mobile phone number. So we want to look for mobile phone number. You want to enter Tapper mobile phone formatted SFDC. That's actually for Salesforce.com. That's the way Salesforce likes the phone numbers formatted. All right. And then lastly, we want email. For email. One last thing we have to do on our end is we have to assign, well, and you probably have to do this on your end too. Otherwise the contact is going to not be assigned Salesforce. So if you can't find that field, search for owner. There it is. And you want to find your name and select, we're going to use a demo name here and make sure that's assigned. That's all you need. So you're going to want to, again, just to recirculate this, Tapper last name, Tapper first name, a little bit further down. Again, this is our instance. So these fields are going to be different for you. Mobile phone and email. And then lastly, you do want to make sure you assign the owner so that you get the record assigned to you. After you finish that, you hit continue and we add a new record sent to Salesforce. Just like that. When you're completed and you passed all the steps and you see green check marks over here, you hit the word publish, which is going to turn your Zap on. And that is all you need to do.